hand in like I'm trying to cut his throat, getting that blade right next to his neck. If he decides he doesn't like that and he wants to defend his neck, well then great. I flatten him back out, he didn't go anywhere. But if he wants to be stubborn, he really wants to get to his knees, well then there's nothing stopping me from sliding that hand in real deep, gi or no gi. When I get to here, if I need to, like I said, I'm fighting the hands, I'm making sure if he's causing me problems that I'm buying myself space here until I can lock just my basic panther paw, whatever you want to call it, and then pinch my elbows. But what makes a CSW guillotine or catch wrestling guillotine different from a jiu-jitsu guillotine is I'm not pulling, I'm not applying hip pressure at all. It's much more similar to a north-south choke where I'm pushing with my shoulder pressure, with my lat pressure. So when I get to here, I've got my hands pretty tight, I'm gonna sprawl. I'm not there yet, but that lets me get that hand in just a little bit more snug. Not just with my hand though, but with my shoulder and my lat dropping right next to his throat. Now, I'm gonna turn my hips. I'm gonna slide, in this case, my left knee right next to his torso. I'm gonna put my right foot right on the crook of my opponent's hip. So when I'm here, I got my elbows pinched, slide my knee in, and I step my foot right there. Now, a lot of people, they think jiu-jitsu mode again, which is driving your hips in. That's not how this one works. When I get to here, I'm putting my forehead on the mat. Now, instead of pulling, I'm pushing. So when I get to here, I push. You hardly see any motion, but I push off of his hip. I drive my shoulder into his throat, comes on very, very fast, and it freaks a lot of people out because they're so used to expecting that leverage coming from a pulling motion as opposed to a north-south pushing motion here. So if I do one more time, the whole thing, I'm starting in my normal side control, hand over the top, blocking the hip. He starts turning into me, I decide I'm gonna counter it by starting for the headlock to begin with. Not a loose headlock, I'm sliding it right under his throat. Once I get to there, I lock my hands together. If I need to, if he's causing me problems here, this is my moment to fight, clear the hands. Now I come back. Now I sprawl, dropping my lat, getting everything nice and snug. No slack, no space. Now I switch my hips, knee comes tight, foot steps over. Now I drop my shoulder, drop my head, comes on very, very quickly. Sometimes he taps before I even get my forehead to the mat. Comments, questions on that, guys? Change that angle, make sure that all your weight's in the shoulder, and it'll come on really, really fast. It'll freak a lot of people out with that one. Let's work it.